Welcome back to The Person Everyone Needs. I'm your host, Webb Hoggard, and over the next few weeks, I'm going to be talking to you as if I could speak to a 10-year-old. Maybe your 10-year-old self, or maybe you have a 10-year-old that you want to throw this podcast at and give them an opportunity to start thinking through things. But my son just turned 10 years old, and I recently took a trip where I got to see several of my friends' children who are also in that age range. And I just had a few thoughts, a few things that I wanted to say. And I have a couple of guests I'm going to have during this little series to just pour into those that are at that age group. I feel like I'm having a lot of conversations with adults these days that something got stuck during this time in their life, and they really haven't been able to grow past it. And so if there's anything I could do to help encourage those who are enduring this season, that's what I want to do. So I'm just picturing myself sitting across the table from my son, or from Joey, or from Caleb, these guys that are heading into this very difficult season. The one thing I would say to them is, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Look, I can't see the future. I can't see how you're going to make it. But what I can tell you is that the future is coming. You're going to survive this. All the dreams that you have in your heart are still very, very available for you. You're going to make it. I know your heart's going to break. You're going to feel confused. You're going to feel awkward. You're going to have emotions and hormones and a whole lot of things over the next several years. And there's going to be a lot of times that you have lost your footing because life isn't quite as whimsical as when you were a little younger. But it will get continuously more complicated and serious as you get older. But I want you to know, I want you to have the hope that you are going to make it. In fact, if you realize that now, that you're going to become an adult, you will probably become a husband or wife, you will probably become a father or mother, you will probably have a career where you have the same job for a long period of time. All those things are coming to you. You will eventually have money, and you will have money that you have to save and manage and take care of. You're going to have all these things coming, and so don't worry right now so much about getting to those things. Don't worry about girlfriend, boyfriend statuses. Don't worry about being the smartest kid in your class. I mean, how many of us have thought about the fact that some of us have gotten so proud that we were the smartest kid in our class, and then we get a little bit older and we realize, there weren't that many smart people in my class. Even if you're at the bottom, it's not that big of a deal because your life really hasn't started yet. I'll say this also, working with the school, your grades don't even matter until you're in high school. No college has ever looked at grades that were beyond the 4 years of high school. So that doesn't mean to not be studious. It doesn't mean not to work hard. What it means is, don't live your life based on those markers. Live your life based on becoming the person that you want to become. You are going to grow up. You are going to become an adult. And so I remember when I was your age, I remember when I was about 11 years old, there was this girl that I couldn't live without. I just knew she was the one for me. I used to cry myself to sleep at 11 years. I watched way too many Disney movies. And but my heart got broken during that season because I just knew that I would never have what I wanted. I wonder how many hours I've wasted worrying that I would never get what I wanted, and how many years I have gotten everything that I wanted, and I've never been thankful for them. I wasted so much time worrying, and now I have spent so much time without gratitude for the very thing. Some of you right now listening to this, you may be wishing you had exactly what I have, and I would say to you, don't give up. It's coming. Be patient. Enjoy where you're at. It's just like an old guy like me to say something like, I wish I could go back to where you were. And that's the truth. I mean, that's not true. I do not wish I could go back to being 10. I do wish I could go back to my 10-year-old self and say, it's all going to work out, buddy. It's all going to work out. It's going to be better than you think. It's going to be greater than you think. Lower your expectations of right now and raise your hopes. It's going to be great. Don't give up. If I could sit across the table from your 10-year-old self right now, that's what I would tell you. I recently saw a great illustration of that. Where you're at right now, your trajectory of life can be higher than even mine, because I've wasted some years of my life and you haven't. I had Jamie Johnson, a friend of mine, teach in our school recently the idea of potential energy. And he blew up a balloon and he said, potential energy is what this balloon is filled with. He's pinched off the end, and he said it's filled with potential energy. And when he let go of the balloon, it ran across the room or whatever. And he said that is kinetic energy, which means like actual energy. So potential energy is like energy at rest, which, by the way, that's where you are right now. Like, you are a ball of energy, a ball of hormones, a ball of thoughts and dreams. You are potential energy. Potential energy on another level. But one day, you'll get the opportunity to bring that to actual energy, to energy in action. Kinetic energy is what it's called in science. What I want for you is that you would be a young person that just believes. You believe that tomorrow is better than today. That's the definition of hope. Tomorrow is better than today. Your 5 years from now, you will be stronger. You will be wiser. You should be kinder than you are right now. Like, keep thinking that tomorrow is going to get better. Never lose hope. Never lose hope. What I can tell you is that as awkward as being in 5th grade is, 6th grade gets even more awkward, but you learn more about yourself. And in the awkward stages of middle school, which is some of the funnest days you'll ever have, like your energy is at peak and you're starting to get muscles and you'll learn a lot about who you are. I promise you, high school is better than middle school. But as you get into high school, people are meaner and things are tougher, and you're starting to learn how to become an adult, and you're having to balance school with work or family and all these things. And then you get the opportunity to get a job, or maybe you go off to college and you have even more independence. Eventually you have even more independence. You'll work harder because of your job. You'll go to college, which is even more intense. And then eventually you'll graduate college, and then you get even more freedom as you go into the world of working every single day. You get to decide where your money goes and where you drive at night and where you're going to live, and perhaps you'll get yourself married eventually, and then all that freedom goes away. But the joy is you've got someone to live life with, and it's a beautiful life. You have this person that's there for you, but it's work. You'll have to work at that relationship and constantly serve one another and bless one another, and then you'll have some kids. And I know even at your age, you're probably already excited about having kids one day, because it's in us. It's a desire within us to want to be good at that. We even sometimes think that we might do better than what our parents are doing, and I hope you do. I hope you do better than any of us are doing. That's what all of us hope you do, is better than what we have. But I'll say to all that, don't spend all your days hoping for all those things way off in the future. Don't spend your days, I can't wait for middle school. I can't wait for high school. I can't wait for college. I can't wait for jobs. I can't wait for marriage. I can't wait for children. I just can't wait. Spend the days you have right now enjoying the season you're in. If you could find a way to enjoy this, because that's going to be something you have to learn the rest of your life. I'm talking to a 10-year-old, because what I wish I could do is go back and tell my 10-year-old self some stuff, what I would change, what I would act different. But the truth is, I can't go back. I can't go back. And if I sit around here and whine and regret that I can't go back, I'm going to forget that I'm in a great season right now, because I've got a 10-year-old son, I've got a 6-year-old son, and I've got a 7-year-old son, and they are a blast. I also have a beautiful wife who is turning really old this year. She'll be like 40 years old this year. It's super old, right? But I mean, I have a beautiful, beautiful life. And if I spend my days only thinking about the future or only regretting the past, then I won't enjoy the season that I'm in. And then I'm not doing a good job of trying to tell you 10 years old is one of the best ages you'll ever have. Absolutely enjoy it. If I were you, that's what I would do, because you're going to make it. You're going to make it to all these other feats. So right now, enjoy where you're at, because where you're at will eventually make you who you become. And if you waste your days worrying about the future or regretting the past, then you won't become the person that you want to be. And the person that you really want to be is the person that everyone needs.